I'm Glenyce Hughes, and I get to facilitate people in creating their dreams come true. How the heck did I get so lucky? This morning I had such an interesting experience. Oh my goodness. This week is all about, are you willing to celebrate the changes you're choosing? And I'm going to put in brackets, no matter how they show up. So I'm laughing because I'm going to make a long story quite short. I ordered a treadmill a few months ago. I am still waiting on it. I've actually spoke about it on a radio show or a weekly show like this recently. Just being with the energy of it, and it's been delivered, attempted delivery a couple times. This morning I phone and I talk to the delivery company, and I'm getting a lot of the same excuses. I'm very aware of the lies. There's a lot of stuff, and I just say what's on my mind. Let me backtrack. That's not normally what I would do, especially prior to the last 11 years using the tools from Access Consciousness. Very passive, very just sit back, wait for things to happen. Even though in my head, in my world, I would be exploding, I wouldn't say it. It's not nice to say it. I need to be the good girl. I need to do it right. I need to be kind. Like there's all these judgments, all the stuff flying around. Today, there was none of that in my world. I was not unkind. And I wasn't unkind to me either. And this is a huge piece because it's not about just freaking out on somebody or something. It's really from this space of like, okay, what's going to create the change here? And I got that just saying what was on my mind was what was required, and delivering an energy with it, which there was an energy with it, of course. But what was so interesting is the person on the phone said to me, your attitude is not going to help here. And I internally laughed because I've never, not never, of course never, it's rare for me to choose that. And I'm so grateful that one, I did it without a point of view. I was choosing it from what was required. I was aware of what I was choosing. I was aware of the energy I was delivering. And I was in no way going to stop because it was making her uncomfortable, because she didn't like it. It was so interesting. The whole process for me was so interesting because I just was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm celebrating the change that I've been choosing, which is to be way more of me, to show up unapologetically. Like, here I am, blue lipstick and all, here I am. Love me, hate me, judge me, adore me. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm looking to create is what's going to create the most. And it has been such an interesting process, all of it. And again, I was talking about the treadmill recently, and I knew then to really just to be with it and just to pull it and to not have a point of view about it, not be, this has to be here now. And I knew that. What I actually thought though, not that I necessarily thought about it, but if I would have thought about it, it would have been more related to that was an energy to invite it to show up. But what I get now was today required to occur. It really required for me to acknowledge how far I've come and celebrate it. Like, we don't celebrate often enough, and this is such a bizarre thing to celebrate, right? For somebody to tell you that your attitude isn't helping. It's just not something I've ever heard before. Now, again, it doesn't mean I've never had an attitude, because believe me, I have. It's just that I often do not express it, or if I did express it, it wasn't expressed in a way that was creating anything. And so even though she didn't like it, it actually did create more. I'm just so thrilled with it. So it got me wondering, like, what could you be celebrating about the change you've been choosing? And can you be present with the changes without the judgment of, in my case, that could have been seen as a really bad thing. Like, oh my gosh, she's upset with me. Oh my gosh, I was told to, smarten up or whatever it is, instead of like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting for me. So if you look at your life, what are the changes you're not celebrating because they're not showing up maybe with a pretty pink or blue bow on them or glitter sparkled on them? What if they're showing up totally different? And would you be willing to celebrate them now? Thank you so much for being here, guys. As always, I'm so incredibly grateful for you, and I look forward to chatting again next week.